Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 BMW XM. This model is finished off in gunmetal metallic with all of the FOURR red accents. MSRP is just shy of $189,000. We have a very performance-oriented SUV from BMW that's also a plug-in hybrid. Let's start off with what this is powered by, which is the 4.4 liter twin power turbo V8. This is paired to an 8-speed automatic, and combined, this pumps out 738 horsepower, 738 pound-feet of torque. Sent through that xDrive all-wheel drive system, this 6,000-pound SUV can do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Its top speed is 180 miles an hour. It also has a range of about 30 miles on just the EV system alone. Now, as we take a look at the exterior styling, this is a very beautiful SUV in my opinion. You'll notice too that the surround for this grille has the ambient lighting. There's plenty of cutouts, forward-facing camera as well. And then there's also a split design for the headlights, high beams, DRLs, and turn signals are this upper strip here. I think that's a really cool look. There's also very large inlets to provide a lot of additional cooling. There's parking sensors and the sensor for the distance pacing and the rest of that technology. Now this also has those FOURR red accents on the two-tone wheels, where there's the blue M Sport brakes. There's more gloss black for the lower section of that bumper that works its way to the fender arches and that lower side skirt. Now there's also the turn signal and camera on the power folding side mirrors, and then that red accent that goes around the window trim, which just gives it a really neat look. And then in back, there's a very small trunk-mounted spoiler, or at the top of the liftgate here with the third brake light. BMW logo on both sides of the rear glass. There's the wiper blade, LEDs for the rear taillights. There's also the backup camera, and then take a look at these stacked exhaust pipes, which is really neat to see. You can also remote start this if you need to. You can use the button on the key fob or that control underneath to open up the liftgate, where this has a good bit of space. There's also the charging cable for it. You have this removable tray. You can also fold down the back seats if you need a little bit more space. And then up top, you can close the vehicle and then lock it as well. And then as we work our way to the interior, take a look at the neat design for these door handles here, where this has leather with more of the red accents. There's the interior lighting, Bowers & Wilkins for the audio with all the brushed aluminum. And then we even have the XM pillows, so you can get nice and comfy in the back, where this also has storage pockets. There's an area you can place tablets and charge them. There's also air vents, heated seats, your climate adjustments with storage and auxiliaries. And then right in the middle, there's the armrest with the cup holders. And I have about 4 or 5 inches of headroom. Now this model does not get a sunroof because it has the geometric design in the headliner with all of the lighting, which is really nice. And then you have great visibility and a nice design for the two-tone seats there. In front, you get massaging seats, so there's that control, as well as being able to control the front passenger seat. All of your window adjustments, side mirror controls, liftgate release, fuel cap release, storage in that lower section. The control to open up the hybrid system there to plug it in only locks when you have the vehicle locked. So when it's unlocked, there's no release for that, you just open it up. And then very nice front seats here, where let's start this back up. We have the leather steering wheel. There's your M1 and M2, massive carbon fiber paddles, cruise control settings. You have volume tuning, Bluetooth and voice commands, and then you can actually scroll through some information in this gauge cluster. So by using the control on the right side of the steering wheel and that rotary dial, you can get through all this information, including the augmented reality, so you can pull up that camera system. And then you have a few different adjustments for the head-up display, depending on what you would like to see. Now there's storage on this left side. You have your headlight adjustments, more ambient lighting, more red accents. It's even in the carbon fiber, which is fantastic. For the home screen, you have several widgets that you can scroll through and get through all of these as needed. You also have a lot of icons to get into. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, your driving settings, quite a lot that you can get into. And then there's more shortcuts for your navigation, phone, and audio. You can even get into your climate menu here, and then your heated and ventilated seats, as well as the heated steering wheel. You do have to have this on in order to get there, so you have those adjustments with your temperature controls. There's air vents underneath that. You have power and volume tuning. You have a wireless charging pad with some auxiliaries and heated and cooled cup holders, which is great. You have the shortcuts down below to further go through this information, so you don't have to use it as a touchscreen system. And then let's put it into reverse, where there's the backup camera with the top-down view, and then you have several different angles here depending on what you need to see. And you can swipe around the entire vehicle here. You'll notice too the red accents, so it gives you the same graphics as the vehicle itself. If you put it into drive and push on this control, that will bring up your forward-facing camera. There's also park and adjustments for the transmission, so you can adjust those as needed. There's traction control with parking sensors. Setup is how you can get into M1 and M2 and adjust the entire settings for this vehicle and how you would like it to drive. There's also M mode. You put it into sport mode. Both the gauge cluster and the head-up display are going to change, make it a little bit more sporty. There's also the M hybrid, so you can go between a few of the driving modes. There's the exhaust note, auto hold, e-brake, and a downhill assist. You have storage in both the armrest and the glove box there. Garage door buttons are up top, and then you have some dome lights as well. And then take a look at the lighting now, as well as the visibility. So for this SUV, it's very easy to see over both shoulders. But now let's get this out on the road. And we're still in the Sport Plus settings from second gear. Here we go. And a mild acceleration. This has a lot of power to provide you with a lot of performance, which is awesome to see. This is what it's like though to be behind the wheel for the XM. What I haven't talked about yet is the adjustments in the transmission. So you can actually adjust how quickly or slowly you would like the transmission to feel. And that's really just going to be based on not only your personal preference, but the driving situations that you are in as well. If you're stuck in traffic, you know, stop and go, things like that, you want to have the transmission all the way down, basically level 1. It's going to be very slow in the shifts. It's what you would expect for normal daily driving. If you put it all the way up into the highest setting, even in the automatic setting or letting the car do it, the shifts are going to be, I wouldn't say abrupt, but they're definitely going to be quick, crisp, and they're even going to let you kind of rev it out a little bit. So the vehicle will also do the shifting for you with those various settings. So you have a lot of character to this vehicle, so you're not going to get bored. You can set it up however you want for how you feel for the day and get that feedback from this. It's going to be very spacious as well. It's like my X5, like I stated, about the same size, I would say, as far as the cargo space and everything goes. So you're going to have a very versatile SUV, but one that is going to give even some sports cars and hypercars a run for its money with the 3.6 0 to 60 time. I mean, you have that performance in an SUV if you need that extra practicality in just a larger vehicle like this. And then you get the premium interior, of course, especially for the price point. You get a very nice layout, but I wish I could rip on it a little bit more compared to the normal XM that we had for a week, but hopefully you can get a good feel of the power that this XM has. But that is going to wrap it up for the BMW XM Label Red. Once again, huge shout out to 704 Exotics for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website, link down in the description. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.